What up, guys? Today I want to talk about, I guess, what could be best summed up as my theory on clothes and style. And the topic comes up a lot on the channel and just like on the blog because, along with hair stuff, easily comes along clothes. And in all truth, I care a lot more about clothes than like my hair and pomade in general. That's just the honest truth. And so I want to begin talking about that because I do have plans to bring back some like clothes style content to the channel, to the blog in a different manner, much different manner than I did before, something that I believe would be much more beneficial. So kind of want to do a prequel again and kind of start it off on the right foot because living in the Bay Area, living in California in general, clothes is something that growing up in Southern California, clothes is something that was extremely important growing up, and now in the Bay Area, it's interesting to see how like the tech culture has influenced it because tech culture allows young people right out of college to start making like six figures like right off the bat. And so with all that money comes a lot of other consciousness. And so they become aware of clothes. They wanted to dress nice, and all of a sudden you see this like white boy that used to walk around in like Sperry's, American Eagle jeans, and like some random like college T-shirt. All of a sudden like going to like Brooks Brothers, which I hate Brooks Brothers by the way, but all of a sudden goes there and starts spending like 4 digits on like a whole new wardrobe, thinking that like he now has style, now has like a taste for clothes, where in truth he just went on the internet and listened to what other people said, because we now have this term dressed by the internet, and it's a term that I think is completely valid and totally hilarious, but the people who are affected by it or people who are victims of it don't ever really like know about it or aren't ever really conscious of it. Because think about it like this. Let's have a metaphor of like kind of like the scientific world or the tech world. You have the researchers, you have the engineers, and then you have the people who read scientific articles and think they know everything or anything about science. Because you have the people who basically like kind of research and create the foundation for new technologies. You have the engineers who implement the new technologies, and then you have people who just read articles and believe whatever everyone else says. And so kind of the idea is that you have the designers who actually create the clothes, you have the companies who actually kind of implement these concepts into a more practical, more like applicable to our daily lives. And then you have the people who read articles, you have the people who like go to like Men's Style Forum, go on Reddit and like just read, like all they do is read, and then based off of that they make their clothes decisions, because that's how you become like a dressed by the internet fuckboy. Like that's not the right way to go. That is a way to go about it, but and you will get respect from like other people who frequent those forums, and you will basically have your own like circle jerk and basically like kind of encourage each other to continue down this path. But the thing is, like that's something new that the internet has like allowed, which is good. Like there is like definitely good conversations to be had. There's definitely like an interesting effect that the internet of things has like created, but in my opinion that is not a good thing, because it definitely takes away from like uniqueness. Like the idea that like people can create unique styles has kind of really died out, since everyone can now see everything and be exposed to everything, and now everything has kind of meshed into like kind of like a dress by internet taste. And so with many of our viewers, like they're much younger, like early college, like high school, and so that is kind of like an important time where you kind of decide how you're gonna dress, and are highly influenced by like the area in which you grew up. Like me myself, I still feel influenced by growing up in Southern California, but I think the better way to approach these things is to basically kind of go through a mediated, a kind of controlled isolation. And like what I do is I like subscribe to all the newsletters for the brands and labels that I care about. And brands and labels I didn't find out about by like forums on the internet, that I found out myself, like the boutique stores in my local area, visiting, learning about new brands, and then frequenting their sites, seeing what their tastes are, seeing what their vision is, and then basically who they collab with, share similar visions, and so I branch out to those, and I keep track of their newsletters to see what each season brings, what new types of clothes come in, what I like, what I don't like, and then I develop my own taste from there. I never ever freaking any sort of like men's style forum or anything like that, because that's just not, it's not the best way to develop your own kind of, you don't really learn why you like a certain style of clothes. You don't really learn why this particular thing looks nice on you, or what you think is looks nice. You just see what other people think look nice, what is respected, what is approved by others, and then you just throw it upon yourself, and you don't know whether you look good on it. You just think that basically they said it looked good in that picture, it's hopefully gonna look good on you. And so that's just, I feel that's just not like a healthy way to go about it, and it really promotes like a boring like way to see like clothes and style in general, and one that isn't really focused on like yourself. And so that's just how I approach it, because like for example, for me, I approach things, or I see myself more as like I style myself in like a minimalist, like pseudo streetwear type of thing. So I frequent like APC. I actually stopped with Supreme. I don't do their stuff anymore. Patagucci, Arc'teryx. I'm blanking on, oh, Norse Projects, of course. But like primary, like the best thing that embodies it is kind of like a APC, APCS, like Comme des Garçons type of thing, because there is a minimalism to it that is like the beauty, a simplicity to it, where when you wear the clothes, they're not loud, they don't speak for you. You yourself still like speaks for yourself. Like people sometimes also style their clothes in a way that kind of like speaks for them, that says a little too much, and they themselves become just a part of their overall style, just a small piece of the puzzle. Whereas I believe you, like yourself, should be the centerpiece, should be what everything like caters to. Like all your decisions, all your clothes, all your, the way you in which you style yourself should all be basically a base to like the pyramid, like, in which like you sit at the top. Because at the end of the day, like if I go up to you and I'm just paying attention to your clothes, and like your shoes are just loud as fuck, I'm not listening to anything you say. I don't care how you look. I'm just gonna be staring at those just because they're just loud as fuck. And I'm not gonna remember your name, I'm not gonna remember your face, and I'm probably not gonna remember you at all. And the thing is, I think that's the most important thing, that your style in general should always be supportive of you. But yeah, so that's kind of my very generalized like approach on clothes, or a very generalized like summary of how I approach clothes and style. But yeah, so hopefully we're gonna add some more clothes and style content in the future to this channel, depending on how things go and whether or not I have time. But yeah, so hope you guys got something out of that, kind of, or a little more understanding. But yeah, so peace out guys, and have a good weekend.